To God be the glory. Respected Reverend Dr. Rustum Kizher, Hind Jeffrey, DD, PhD, advisor and international mission director. And I'm reading Pastor's writing. Today is 66, portion 66. And Revelation chapter 1, verse 3. Blessed is he that readeth, and they that hear the word of this prophecy, and keep those things which are written therein, for the time is at end. And reason Christ speaking to the church of Pergamos, the church of Pergamos, and to the angel of the church in Pergamos, write these things, says the which hath the sharp sword with a two-edged. I know thy works, and where thou dwellest, even where the Satan's seat is, and thou hold fast my name, and hast not denied my faith, even in those days wherein Antipas was my faithful martyr, who was slain among you, where Satan dwells. And to him that overcometh will I give to eat the hidden manna, and I will give him a white stone, and in the stone a new name written, which no man knoweth, saving he that receive it. So this is the promise for the Pergamos, the reason Christ promise for the church of Pergamos. And in the church of Pergamos means marriage. Pergamos means marriage. 312 to 604. The compromising church, the seat of Satan, indulged, living near the throne of Satan, seated fortress, stronghold. Pergamum had a place all of its own in Asia. It was not on any of the great road as Ephesus or Smyrna were, but historically it was the greatest city in Asia. Strabo called it all illustrious city. Ephesus and Pliny called it by far the most famous city in Asia. Reason by the time of John, Pergamos that been the capital city for almost 400 years. Back in 282 BC, before Christ, it was made the capital of the Seleucid kingdom, one of the section into which the empire of the Alexandria the Great was broken up. It remained the capital until the 133 BC. In that year, Atlas the third dies, and before he died, he willed his dominance into the possession of Rome. Out of the dominance of the Atlas, Rome formed the province of Asia, and Pergamos still remained its capital. Its geographical position made Pergamos even more impressive. It was built on a tall, conical hill which dominated the valley of the river Kaisus. From the top of what that be Mediterranean could be seen 15 miles away. Sir William Ramsay describes it beyond all other cities in Asia Minor. It gives the traveler the impression of a royal city, the home of the authority. The rocky hill on which it stands in the so huge and dominates the broad plain of the Kaisus so proudly and so boldly. History and honor gathered around Pergamos. Let us then sit down its outstanding characteristics. Pergamos could never achieve the chimerical greatness of Ephesus or of Smyrna, but it was the center of the culture which surpassed both. It was famous for its library, which contained no favor of the 200,000 parchment rolls. It was a second only to the unique library of Alexandria. It is interesting to note that the word parchment is be driven from Pergamos. In Assyrian world, parchment was he Pergamon charta, the Pergamon sheet. Pergamos was one of the great religious center. It had two famous shrines. In the letter of the risen Christ, Pergamos is said to be a place Satan's seat is. Obviously, this must be referred to the something which the Christian church regarded as particularly evil. Some have found the reference explained in Pergamos' religious splendor. Pergamos regarded itself as the guardian, keeper of our custodian of the Greek way of the life and the Greek worship. About 240 BC, it had won a great victory against a savage invading Gauls. In memory of that victory, the great altar to Jesus was built in the front of the temple of Athens, which stood 800 feet up on the Pergamos conical hill. 40 feet high, it stood on a projecting ledge of rock and looked exactly like a great throne on the hillside. All the day it smoked with the smoke of sacrifice to Jesus. It been be suggested that this great altar was Satan's seat. And thank you very much. May God bless you all richly. Amen.